So you called us initially our attention a few weeks ago with how tough the schedule next year for the Buffalo Bills is going to be, which puts this season in a very kind of neat light, I think, is that it was there to be enjoyed, and it's going to be tough to replicate. And with the whole expectation thing, it's going to be tough, I think, to have as much fun as we did this year. What did this year's team do for you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I am hurting bad, and I'm going to be that guy that all of you media types, all of you media people were hating on Twitter. Like, I believe this was the season of destiny. You beat all of the teams that you lost to in the Super Bowl leading throughout the season. You have these crazy comeback wins. Josh Allen steps in. The schedule is favorable. And then, right, you trip over to Houston, and, well, that was the end of it. When Tennessee won that game, and I have this belief in season of destiny, and the Bills are a field goal, you would have had home field advantage. If Houston would have held on to that 24-point lead in Kansas City, I might have lit my house on fire. Like, that's how upset I would have been. But
we're all better off then.
Yeah, seriously.
my kids and wife especially. But, no, I don't know. Like, yes, there are higher expectations, but I think it's going to be fun as a Bills fan to have expectations, legitimate expectations for a season, finally.
It's fun, but different.
Yes.
This was a Cinderella season.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
except for you, who saw it coming.
No, I didn't see this coming. You're right. But I want to know what it's like, because it's been so long as a Bills fan to walk into a season and know this is what I expect, and I need you to live up to my expectations.
That seems so dangerous, though, considering where this team has come. And yeah, this season was great. But you, like you said, it was such a favorable schedule. And taking a look at next year, them going out west so much. Look, they have Josh Allen back again. They have Brian Dable presumably as well. The defense is going to continue to grow. But I just think having those expectations, do you think they will exceed them? I don't get. I feel like that's where it gets dangerous.
But the lesson looking at that, I wanted to, and especially because you're around the team a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you do all the stuff, and even though I didn't make national TV this year, if you get knocked down by somebody, so this is really a come down. But what because you deal with these guys and stuff, what was the highlight for you? What was something that really stuck out in your mind about that you'll remember about this year's team?
I think it was a win in Dallas, just because it being on Thanksgiving, the Bills hadn't played a game on the national scale in so long that so many.
Did you
people,
go? Were you at that game?
Mike and I were down in Arlington. We got to see Jerry's World, which is that stadium is insane. That's actually the stadium too where Josh Allen was drafted. So it was cool going back there, seeing him, 2 years removed from that, or a year and a half really, and just getting to see there were so many expectations on the Bills. And just them not being able to raise to the caliber of that game. And I think when you saw the team come out the way they did and play the way they did, and just see so many people nationally say, wow, look at this Bills team. Josh Allen walking off the field, eating that turkey leg. That was just such a cool moment, and something that getting to be there for that was awesome to see.
Yeah, I remember standing in front of the TV set and looking at what was happening and says, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Yeah, no, it was bananas. I told you, I was watching with a bunch of drunk South American people in Orlando. It was one of the best days of my life.
So how about for you? Where's the moment, the signature moment for you?
I'll tell you what the signature moment was. It was the kickoff for the second New England Patriots game, that primetime game, because at that moment, the Bills had locked up a playoff spot, and you were about to get into a legitimate dogfight with a team that had dominated you for the last 2 decades. And in that moment, I got to say, if we win this game, awesome. If not, who cares? Because we're there, right? Like, you were playing with house money.
Yeah.
For the first time in 2 decades, a decade, the Bills were playing with house money, and I was watching with my own eyes.
Yeah, I agree. And that was huge in terms of experience, too, because it was a playoff-type game, and they didn't have to worry. They lost that, but it didn't matter because they were in. They were locked in.
Mine came early when Tre'Davious White took the interception in the Miami game very early in the season that saved them from having Ryan Fitzpatrick come back in what I thought was the defensive play of the year, and it saved the Buffalo Bills from being the Buffalo Bills again by losing that game at home to Miami, which they might very well have if it weren't for that play.
I mean, that turned around that game. That was the momentum swing that they needed, and Tre'Davious White has been so fun to watch over these last couple of years. When he came into Buffalo, you knew the expectations were there.
And watching him become arguably the best cornerback in football.
Yeah, I just think, and it's interesting to see the way his personality has kind of ebbed and flowed, because this is a guy that has a lot of personality. But I think when you see him on the field, he's being himself. He's obviously a really competitive guy. But when you see him post-game, he is so much more mature, and you've seen that over these last couple of years. And I think that's just shown how much he's grown on the field as well. Yeah, because he takes it to heart, but it's not distracting in the way he does it.
It makes it just a little bit more palatable, is that he's the guy we got instead of Pat Mahomes.